Hello, it must be Thursday. Today we welcome Father Jason. Father Jason came and he arrived on Friday and he went right to work on Saturday. So we appreciate that he has come to be with us, and we want to welcome him to St. John's. And St. John's is a very welcoming place. So, uh, Father Jason, welcome to St. John's.
Yeah, thank you for the welcome, Father John. It's so far I've been welcomed by many of the people, and it's it seems like a very friendly and welcoming place. So it's a pleasure for me to be here.
Okay. And Jason, you're coming from San Antonio. What were you doing in San Antonio?
Well, I was finishing up my theology studies, so I studied at Oblate School of Theology, and I just finished my theology degree. So last year was my final year, and along with that, we just moved into a new place at the beginning of last year, so there was many things to do to prepare the house, and as we moved in, various other projects that came up, so it was a busy year. And then ordination just in June, so June 19th I was ordained a priest, so pretty fresh at it.
Okay. And you were ordained in Denver, right?
That's right. I was ordained in Denver at our parish Annunciation in the Five Points area, and Archbishop Chaput, who's a member of the community, came out to do it from Philadelphia. And when I was younger, when he was still Archbishop of Denver, I used to go and go to the cathedral for the evening Sunday Mass and listen to him preach, and so it was a great joy to have him come out to do my ordination.
And Jason, you came. I got associated with the Capuchins from birth because it was a Capuchin parish, and the Capuchin seminary was there and everything else. But you had a more circuitous route to the Capuchins. What kind of things were you doing beforehand?
Well, there's many things. I got my degree in computer science, but it was right when the dot-com bubble burst, so I never really worked in the computer science industry. I did get a job offer out in the desert in California, but decided it wasn't a good idea for her to move out there at the time, so I had various other jobs, worked in several different restaurants, waiting tables, bartending, cooking. My main job for most of that time, for 8 years, I was the maintenance person for the parish I grew up in, and also helped out with the youth group and taught religious education to middle schoolers, and so I was pretty involved in the parish, and but also was the maintenance person, and then various other odds and end kind of jobs too. I worked in a window cleaning supply company, and I did telemarketing, so sorry. Nobody likes a telemarketer, but
That's for sure. That's for sure. And this parish you were working at is in the mountains, right?
Yeah, so it's Evergreen, Colorado, so it's just about a half an hour west of Denver, up in the mountains.
So you had to push a lot of snow around.
Yeah, there was an old Simpsons episode that was called Mr. Plow, and Homer had a plow business, and that was his name is Mr. Plow, and so that was actually my email address at the parish was Mr. Plow. And so I would get up early in the morning, especially on a Sunday when it had snowed, and plow the snow and shovel the walkways, and it wasn't too bad because I was also into snowboarding, and so when I would have to go on the weekends and plow, I'd get a day off during the week, and so I'd go snowboarding.
Okay. Now you mentioned cooking. One of the parishioners asked me, can he cook a leg of lamb?
I've never done leg of lamb, but I do do pretty good lamb chops. So lamb is one of my favorite foods. I think I like it better than beef, and yeah, grill it with marinate it with like some lemon, some rosemary, olive oil, garlic, and then you put it on the grill and medium rare. It's delicious.
Great. And so you were born in Denver.
I was born in Denver, yeah, and then we lived in one of the suburbs of Denver, Inglewood, until I was almost 5, and then we moved up to the mountains. And so I mostly lived in the mountains. It was actually a smaller town outside of Evergreen called Indian Hills, but most people in Colorado don't even know where Indian Hills is. So Evergreen is what I typically tell people, and that's where the parish is that I worked, and not everybody, but most people know where Evergreen is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And during your theology, I think you did some RCIA work, and you did some prison ministry.
I did, yeah. I had an opportunity to work with the RCI team at a parish called St. Francis in San Antonio, and yeah, it was a great experience. It was I was even able to be sponsored for one of the younger guys coming in. He was only about 19 at the time, but it was a really good experience. The liturgy was fantastic. I know that you were there for the Easter Vigil. While it was quite a long celebration, it was so full of music, and the symbols and everything were so present. It was quite a great celebration, as I'm sure you remember.
Right, and it's you really didn't notice the time element because it was just so involving.
It was, yeah.
And they're actually Holy Thursday and Good Friday were great too.
Yeah, no, they did. They really did have some great liturgies there, and the liturgy people really knew what they were doing for sure. And then, as far as the jail and prison ministry, I did do that. I worked at one of the jails in San Antonio for I did it for my main ministry for 1 year, and then even while I was working at the parish with the RCIA, I also did some ministry there because I enjoyed it so much. And then for my internship year, we have an internship year where we kind of take a break from the formal studies in the school, and we do an internship that's still educational, but it's really more focused on the ministry. And so my year was in jails and prisons in Denver, and that was a great experience as well, except for that towards the end, COVID hit, and I actually had 2 RCIA classes in 2 different prisons there, and that was one of the things that quite saddened me about COVID is I was not able to celebrate the sacraments with them at the end of their preparations to receive them. So that was kind of a bummer, but it was such a great experience. I really loved the jail and prison ministry. Some people are just really on fire. Other people are just really in need of hearing God's word and God's love and that message of mercy. So for me, it was a pleasure to be with them and to do that ministry.
Okay, Jacinta, how much time are we at right now?
8 minutes.
8 minutes. So, Jason, I'm going to say again, welcome, and I'm sure the parishioners will get to know you as we go along, and we don't have to do it all right now. So, I'm sure there's somebody going to approach you about lamb. I know that for sure. And some other people, you were just quickly involved with integrity of creation at the school.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I've also, for 2 years I was involved in I don't remember exact title, but it was Integrity of Creation Commission or Council, something like that. So we had some various projects. One of our projects was building a flower garden to encourage butterflies to come through. And yeah, it was fun. We invited different people from the school, and we had a big celebration where we planted flowers and had a little reception thing afterwards. But yeah, I've been involved in some various aspects of that at different times. Also for our province, uh, I've been involved in various aspects of that. Although with school, I haven't been able to be as involved as I would like. But yeah, it's been something that's important for us as Franciscans and as Catholics. And so yeah, it's a good thing to be involved in.
And you'll be able to learn more about Father Jason as we go along, of course. And this coming weekend, he'll be at the masses. If not having it, he'll be there at the end of the mass. So you're all invited to have some cookies, and I heard they're even having donuts at the early masses. So and so that's it for today. I think just those who have died this recently is Larry Smith, and then we just got word about Jim Benson also dying, and so we asked for prayers for them. So have a great Thursday, take care, and we'll see you around. Bye now.